Hello, my name is Bethany Welch, and I'm the Justice Promoter for the Federation. It's my pleasure to share with you just a few highlights since May of 2025 when I began this position. So much of our work has historically involved federal advocacy, which I am sure you are well aware of, and aware that this is a complicated time in our history to do this kind of work. Just do want to highlight two that I think were particularly successful as they involved in-person presence in our nation's capital. The first was Sisters Speak Out, which engaged sisters, partners in mission, and associates around the issue of the Senate Budget Reconciliation Act at the end of June. We were focused on a just economy and justice for immigrants. The very next day, I was able to spend time with the Catholic Climate Covenant to drop off Laudato Si encyclicals on the 10th anniversary to all the Catholic members of Congress. And we had some wonderful dialogue, and I was very intrigued by the contrast between going in on one hand the first day in a somewhat oppositional mindset, and the second day in a spirit of prayer and collegiality as Catholics. And so I've carried that with me throughout the year, recognizing that our charism of unioning love offers us a wonderful foundation from which to do this work of justice. Part of what I obviously spent time on this year as I joined the Federation was the 375th anniversary, and particularly the Ignite portion of our time together. Much of that was already determined before I joined the team. And so I was there to support and affirm and engage in the action portion after the content had really been delineated. And then from there, encouraging people to continue to participate in this theme of Ignite through various opportunities, including these beautiful monarchs, which have now been crisscrossing the country, much like their biological or natural counterparts. These beautifully colored and paper butterflies with affirming messages have now traveled from our sisters in Canada, as you can see in the bottom picture with Sister Betty Lou Knox, who also has painted some wonderful images of transformation of our monarchs. And then here again in Buffalo, New York, with the JPIC team there. And then they traveled with me, to Mexico for a binational encuentro and mass that took place beginning in San Luis, Arizona, and then concluded with a procession in San Luis in Sonora, the state within the country of Mexico. You'll see there, and then myself included among the number of pilgrims, and then the bishops and archbishops, some of whom know our sisters well, who created a binational accord to draw attention to the disappearance and displacement of many who have been deported from the US into that part of Mexico. A lot of what I spend time on is collaborative organizing, and that could be something that happens with national partners like those you've seen on the screen, particularly through something like the One Church, One Family campaign. This is an expression of public witness as Catholics for immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. We've had phenomenal press and news coverage, as well as participation. And so of the 16 congregations in the Federation, I am aware of at least 8 that have prepared a public witness, and 2 or 3 others that are participating in our virtual vigil coming up on November 13th. When I first met our justice promoters back in May, I had a lot of conversations and one-on-ones, and what I heard was a desire to build the skill and capacity of justice promoters. Some of them are new to their role. Some are lay promoters who have spent a good amount of time learning your charism, our expression of mission, and your ministry work, and are now desiring to maybe build some of their own skill sets. So we have a call for poster designs to engage in our visual branding and mobilization for social change, and then some specific and concrete skill building opportunities that have been happening monthly with wonderful panelists. We'll also do a book study later this winter using the text Black and Catholic by Dr. Tia Noel Pratt. I just want to say, as someone who is new to the Federation in this role, but not new as a Sister of St. Joseph, I am so grateful for the opportunities that this position affords me in traveling to build relationship, and most importantly, perhaps to bear witness to the work of justice and peace and care for creation that is unfolded over decades and even centuries by our sisters and our partners in mission and associates. Had the wonderful opportunity to be all throughout Western New York and then into Canada this late fall. to bear witness to the work that our Canadian Federation is doing around exploitation of workers, and to simply be Sister of St. Joseph with other newer members, including recent members of the novitiate who have completed the Federation novitiate. And then to meet longtime collaborators, animators, and partners like Sister Bethany Fitzgerald, my first time ever meeting another Sister Bethany. So in conclusion, I just want to say how grateful I am for the opportunity to serve in this role, and look forward to all the things that come in the new program year.